Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. On this channel, we talk about everything involving money. We talk about how to make your money grow, how to do investments, how to save extra money, and how to earn money with credit card usage. But before we get into more of that kind of thing, the number one rule is to protect your money. So today, that's what we're going to talk about. Ways to make sure that you keep your money and your financial life safe. The number one thing that I would recommend is to freeze your credit. You don't need to lock your credit. You need to freeze your credit with all three credit bureaus. Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion allow you to freeze your credit without charging you any money. That's right, it's absolutely free. They will try to convince you to lock your credit, and there is a charge for that, but that's really not necessary. I'll put the websites for each of the three credit bureaus below. If you freeze your credit, that prevents people from being able to open up a line of credit in your name, which you could be held liable for. You can always dispute that, but that's a big headache. I've had to do that before, and I'll make sure that in the future my credit stays frozen. And it's very simple to unfreeze your credit or unthaw your credit for a temporary amount of time when you need to apply for a new credit. The next big thing that you need to do is use a password manager. Stop using the same password for everything or some easy password. Use a complicated password that a password manager comes up with for you. The one that I use is Bitwarden. It's a free service and it uses the highest level of security and encryption. The best thing about Bitwarden is it's cross-platform, so I can use it on my iPhone, MacBook, PC. I can log in anywhere in the world. Um, with that password manager, it also allows me to share passwords easily with Mindy. The next thing you need to do is make sure that you keep your security software up to date. Keep your software operating systems up to date on your PC, on your Mac, on your phone. Always make sure that you use the most recent version of the operating software. Usually nowadays, that kind of thing happens automatically. And finally, one of the things you want to do is to not use a debit card that's tied directly to your bank account for purchases and transactions. Always try to use either a credit card, or if you do use a debit card, make sure it's linked to a separate checking account, not tied to your primary checking account. Some debit cards do have protections on them that prevent fraudulent charges, but you still have to go through the process, the dispute process of claiming those fraudulent charges to get the money back into your account. It's much easier with a credit card. If some thief out there stole my credit card and put a lot of charges on it, I could have that card shut down, that account shut down, and that money wouldn't be out of my primary checking account. So again, just to review, make sure that you use a password manager. I recommend Bitwarden. Make sure that you freeze your credit with all three credit bureaus. Make sure that you keep your software up to date. And finally, don't use a debit card tied to your primary checking account. Keep that locked away. I keep my debit card locked up in a safe. I only use credit cards for all my transactions. If you enjoy this content, please hit subscribe and let's continue to drive towards financial freedom together.